Imagine this: a beggar sits silently in front of you every day, wearing tattered clothes, holding a rusty bowl, eyes downcast, never saying a word. You pass by without giving him a second glance. To you, he's just another poor soul on the street. But what if I told you that the money he collects every day is being used for something that could inspire the entire world? And one day, when the truth came out, the whole city was shaken. Who was he really? Why did he spend his life begging? Let's uncover the untold story of this mysterious beggar. At the busiest crossroads of the city, right outside an old temple, sat a beggar named Fakira. Every morning, without fail, he would quietly take his spot. Dirty clothes, unkempt hair, a long beard, and a rusted bowl in his hands. Most people ignored him. Some tossed a few coins. Some mocked him. "Why beg when you're still capable of working?" they'd say. But Fakira never replied. He just sat there in silence. When his bowl filled up with coins, he would quietly get up and disappear into the narrow alleys of the city. No one cared. No one followed. Except one boy, Raghu, a 12-year-old child who couldn't afford to go to school and collected garbage to survive. Raghu found Fakira's routine strange. One day, curious, he decided to follow him. Fakira walked through the alleys and entered an old, crumbling building. Raghu peeked through the window, and what he saw left him stunned. Inside were 60 to 70 children, sitting and studying. Their clothes were torn, but their faces beamed with joy. There were books, slates, wooden chairs, and a blackboard. Fakira entered, took out the coins from his ragged clothes, and handed them to an old lady. She blessed him, saying, "May God bless you, Fakira. Because of you, these children are getting an education." Fakira smiled and replied, "Just keep teaching them, Emma. That's all the blessing I need." Raghu was speechless. Fakira wasn't a beggar, he was changing lives. The next day, Raghu gathered the courage to ask, "Who are you? And why are you doing this?" Fakira stayed silent for a moment, then took a deep breath and said, "My real name is Ranveer Singh. I was once the richest businessman in the city. I had everything: wealth, cars, a mansion, servants." Raghu was shocked. "Then why are you begging?" Ranveer's eyes welled up with tears. "One day, my greed and arrogance destroyed everything. Years ago, I illegally took over the land of an orphanage and built a factory. That very night, the factory caught fire. Dozens of orphans were killed. I made money, but I lost my peace. Every time I looked in the mirror, I saw their screams, their pain. I couldn't bear the guilt anymore. So he gave up everything: his wealth, his name, his life as Ranveer Singh. Now, he begged on the streets, not for survival, but to educate those very children society had forgotten. Then one day, a flood hit the city. Many homes were destroyed, and water filled the school. Without thinking of himself, Ranveer rushed to save the children. He managed to rescue them, but he was swept away by the strong currents. When the news spread, the whole city gathered at the hospital. Headlines read, "From millionaire to beggar Ranveer Singh, the man who educated hundreds of orphans." People were stunned. The man they thought was just another beggar was actually a saint in disguise. Ranveer's condition was critical. Doctors said he might not survive. With his last breath, he made one final request: "Don't let my identity die. Keep this school running." A few hours later, Ranveer passed away. The city mourned. The same man they once ignored had given hundreds of children hope, knowledge, and a future. Raghu swore to carry on his legacy. He started studying himself and began helping other children learn. The once forgotten building was renamed the Ranveer Foundation. Today, thousands of orphans study there.